Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 4th. That's right, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. How about we have an extraordinary one? Yep, let's have an extraordinary day. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. Much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can go ahead and let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the indices trading to the upside in a fairly large way. The Dow's up 670, 2.5%. The S&P up 99, about 3%. The NASDAQ 100, 4.4%, or 500 points. But what does all that mean? Well, let's go try to figure out what all that means. Let's start off by taking a look at the ES Mini. As we take a look at it, we're just trading by the numbers. We're looking at our daily, that's in the upper left, weekly, upper right, monthly, lower left, quarterly, lower right. So we've got our 4 quad panel spread out there that show us for the ES Mini what the TAS market profiles are for each of those time frames. When price closes above the top of a profile, tells us we have no more resistance for that specific time frame and says we move higher. The key level to be watching today for the ES Mini is going to be the top of that bearish structured profile, and that's at 3462.50. We're at 3465 right now, so it can give that up in a heartbeat. If price does not close above that, all we have inside the ES Mini is a good old-fashioned consolidation in between its bearish structured profile. That runs from 3248 to the 3462.50 level. You can see that the ES Mini is trading above the top of its weekly profile, no resistance there, the top of its monthly profile, the top of its quarterly profile. So it's really got one element that it has to clear before it then signals price going back to its previous highs out there. And that's going to be that 3462.50. That's the number to have on your pad of paper. That's the number to be watching. We'll go through the rest of these markets, but we've got call ahead seating. You know what that means? That means we go to our first caller, and that is Jim in Palm Harbor. Jim, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Doing great, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for asking. And Amazon is what you called about, I believe. So tell the folks what you're doing and how I might be able to help you.
Well, I bought 7 shares over about a week, and my average price of those shares is $3,073.43.
Okay.
And I'm up about $1,200 on that, and I just I think it's on a TD1 right now on a daily, and I feel like it can go up close to the high on October 13th, which would be about
sure. Up in the
34.92
area.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's so before it can get up there, it has a battle. It's got a and so this is This is great. I really believe that this is a competitive edge, which is a good thing to have. It's really an unfair edge compared to other folks out there. And what I'm referring to are those TAS market profiles. So we mentioned just how important that level in the ES mini was. It was a bearish structured profile. And if price can close above a bearish structured profile, I like to say there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Well, in the case of Amazon, it's very similar to the ES Mini in that it too has a bearish structured daily profile. And that is where the battle is. And that battle is at the 32, 52, 50 level. It's not enough for Amazon to close above that one day in a row. You need 2 consecutive closes. If Amazon can do that, then what you're looking at, Jim, is likely a run to the top of the weekly profile, and that'd be 33.52. It's not that price can't take out that weekly profile. It's those are your 2 battles on your daily and your weekly charts out there, and that's what you would be watching and observing. Price is up today with 4.6 million shares. The last time price was up in this area was on October 27th, and it had 4.2 million shares. So odds favor you're pushing into a swing point. You're doing it with volume. And as long as Amazon can close above 32.11.30 today, that suggests that it gives another run to the upside. And perhaps it takes out that 32.50 area. And to a certain extent, Jim, it doesn't matter really what our TD9 count is at this moment. It's really about understanding where resistance is at, and that's what you've got. Now, with regard to support out here, the beauty about today's action is if price can stay above 31.68, that is its oscillator unchanged line. That tells us about the ability to move higher as well. So 31.68 would be a number I'd be looking for. So I'd say stay with the position. There's no reason to change it yet, but just realize that you do have a battle out in front of you. And we'll just have to see whether buyers can take out that resistance level. The first one, 32.52. The second one, 33.52, another $100 higher. Does that help you out?
Sure does. I always enjoy listening to you and getting your commentary on it. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. And thanks so much for calling, and thanks for listening to the show every day.
I do every day.
That's great. That was Jim in Palm Harbor, and that was Amazon. Again, they're really consolidating here for the past 5-6 weeks between 30.20 and 33.52. So let's go back to the general markets out here. We took a look at the ES Mini. Let's take a look at the NQ. Gigantic moves out here. We just spent time with Jim. We spent time taking a look at the ES Mini, really understanding support and resistance. So the numbers can seem boggling, perhaps. What's it doing? Well, we take the boggling and we just simply bring it down to where's support and resistance out here. In the case of the NQ, it's trading, so it's got a daily profile formed yesterday. And price is right now trading above the top of that profile, 11,695.50. That's what you write down on your pad of paper. A close above that says, hey, I can move all the way back to my highs. Well, if we look at another resistance level, that's on the weekly chart. And that resistance is 11,771. So if price can close above 11,771, you're above the top of a daily, and a weekly profile says, I want to run higher. Run higher to where? 12,452. That is the top of the monthly profile out there. So that is where it's likely going to. Hey, I need some help from you folks in the den out there. One of our listeners says, I say the words out here or out there often. And I'd like to change that and not say that. So I wish I could give you the bug zapper so that if I say it, you could zap me. But if you hear me say it, just kind of ping me in the den, let me know. But I'm trying not to. But it's hard to chew gum and talk at the same time. And I'm not chewing gum. So that just means it's hard for me just to talk at the same time. Now, there's a lot of things going on. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So take a look at the markets. We went through the ES and the NQ, the key levels to be watching there. Let's finish this off by taking a look at the Dow equity futures contract. As we take a look at it, we can see that price is now clearly above the top of that daily profile at 27,416. So as far as our price target, we'll go from our daily chart, that's in the upper left-hand corner, to our weekly chart, upper right-hand corner. What we see on a weekly basis is we see a bearish structured profile. So the likely next price target for the YM, for the Dow equity future contract, is 28,401. On a weekly basis, a close above that would be very bullish, and the close above that would then say price would be on its way to 29,137. That is the top of its monthly profile. So watch the 27,416 area, very likely to close above, but anything could happen during the day. And so each of these, as we speak right now, 1:19 in the afternoon, the ES, the YM, and the NQ are each signaling to you and I that they want higher price. But it needs to prove itself to us by the close. And if they can close above these profile levels we're talking about in the daily time frame specifically, then we take a look at the weekly, monthly, quarterly, and so forth out there. Now, the Russell 2000 is struggling. So for the Russell 2000, because I don't have the synthetic symbol set up for this yet, in its contract, I think they changed symbols. Maybe it's been a couple of years by now. In any event, here's what we know about the Russell 2000. First, barely any movement from last night's open. Now, it is up 6 points out there versus the close, but really price has not budged much since the actual open last evening. Now, what price has done, here's the if you look at the blue lines, you're looking at the very right-hand panel. There's your bullish structured profile that had formed out here. So one potential for a reason why it's not moving so much. Well, first, overnight, as prices moved higher inside the Russell 2000, it got up to the top of its daily profile, 1641.70. Didn't hit it exactly. It got up to a high of 1640.40. So $1.30 below that level. You got to love that. And then it just simply reversed. So it's had a lot of work. You can see just simply the energy spread from high to low today, pretty significant. So should we cut it some slack? Is that what its meaning is? Or is the reason that the Russell 2000 isn't moving is because it, from a market standpoint, believes that that Biden will win the presidency out here, and the Russell 2000 says, "Uh-oh, I know what that means," because this is dealing with the small businesses. Because you have to believe a candidate because they never lie to us, right? And so you've got to believe what they say. And so in the case of the Russell 2000, it seems to me more likely, more plausible that it's anticipating that Biden will win. And that means what? That means lockdowns. That means masks out there. Lockdowns. That means going ahead, just like they have in Europe out there, crushing every small business that exists so that eventually there are no more small businesses out here. It's why we're seeing large caps do so well, right? Because we know who the survivors will be. We've already been through this experience. So well, first of all, with regard to the Russell 2000, hey, price-wise, it's got to close above 1641.70. But I believe what its message is to us is really what to anticipate in the future. Now, we've taken care of all the equity future contracts out here. Let's go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange, remember several days ago, last week, maybe Friday, Thursday, well, I can tell you what date it was. It would have been on the 28th of the month. So it was like Thursday, began Thursday, and we kept saying, hey, look, the beauty of some of these oscillator tools that we use, the advanced decline oscillator as one example, panel number 2 on this New York Stock Exchange chart, is when it gets down to the minus 150 level, you get into the extreme oversold area. And so you anticipate and you expect a bounce. So price got down to the minus 250 level, so it went to extreme oversold, oversold, oversold. Now, market breadth is gigantically positive. It has been over the last couple of days. That advanced decline oscillator reading is above the zero line. It closed above zero yesterday. It's at 58.40. A second close above zero says what? Says it's going to likely move. We're going to see higher price out there. Buyers are back in control of the market. That is its message. And when you put that together with the spot volatility index, watch this at day's end, the spot volatility index, to confirm all this, to confirm the S&P 500 moving higher, needs to close below 29.36. And right now it's printing at 29.51. So it's slightly above. So, and as long as the spot volatility index remains above that 50-day exponential moving average, it means that the market is vulnerable. The S&P 500 ES Mini is vulnerable to a big rug pull out there. So you really want to watch that come day's end. And those are the levels to watch for the market to be able to really communicate to you and I what today's meaning of its move is all about. Let's not get caught up into the numbers. Instead, let's understand, which we do, where resistance is at. And if price is able to close those levels, then it's got some significant meaning to us. There were some questions that have come in. So let me get to those. Mike wrote in earlier, and Mike wanted to take a look at this. Is Mike in Sarasota. I want to take a look at two symbols out here. So WIN was the first one, and WYNN. And let's see where it's trading. Let's understand where it's trading relationship to support and resistance profile-wise. Well, Mike, it's above the top of that daily profile at $73. Day number 3 above it says it wants higher price. So we go over to the weekly and say, well, where's resistance on the weekly? Guess what, Mike? It's trading right into it. You're trading at 76.61. The top of that profile is 76.54 out there. So this is where your battle is at. If at week's end, price can close above 76.54, you're at 56 right now, that would suggest higher price. Well, higher price, we go over and take a look at the monthly time frame. Shoot, higher price would get us up to 141.65. We won't go there because that's a 100% move, and that's not really what I'm saying, although that's what the profile levels are saying over time. Let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here. So right now, you know you've got that big battle right now where price is struggling, and that's at the top of that weekly profile. If we look at the daily time frame out here, any kind of signals, I don't have anything here to help us out. That's WIN on the daily, on the weekly chart. Is that now? Oh, I got to get to where we're at currently. There we go. So now we're on, that's the daily. Sorry. Let me get back to the weekly. There we go. On the weekly time frame, no, I don't have anything that's really helping us out here. It did form a nice little TD9 count bottom way back in March, but many things did. On a monthly basis, so your real resistance, your next resistance level, so you got a couple battles, Mike. The first one at the top of that weekly profile, and then after that, it's at around 81.65, which is the monthly oscillator unchanged line, and that has contained any advances in price for the last year out here. So that would be the next area. So that is on a win. Mike also wants to take a look at the Chevron. Ticker symbol is CVX. So let's do that for him as well. Let's take a look at where is price trading in relationship to support and resistance, just simply from a profile standpoint. So as we take a look at it, CVX is back inside its daily profile. So it needs to close above 72.33, Mike. If it can do that, well, then it may be in a consolidation from 72.33 to 75.15, the top of that daily profile. The monthly price is well inside the monthly bottom of that box at 70.74. We're at 73 bucks right now. This is suggesting to move up to somewhere between 76.50 and 80.35 out here, and price within inside the monthly profile. So you're within inside profiles in every area out here, at least as of this moment, 72.33 being the key to watch, and that would say price should move higher. 73.74 and 75.15 become your resistance levels. Mike, when we get back from this break, Stevie will go ahead and put up his other charts, his white time frame charts or background charts. We'll see if there's any other signals. Nice bottom out here from 4 days ago with that Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on October 29th. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archived workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I believe we're going to go take a look at Chevron out here for Mike in Sarasota. As we take a look at it, I mentioned this formed a nice bottoming signal Nice Rhodes momentum indicator pattern out here. The entire energy sector, we took a look at this last week, and I said, is this a signal to us that Trump was going to win the election? Because in the case of Biden, he's like, hey, I'm going to crush fossil fuels. So why were all the fossil fuel stocks generating bottom signals out here? Well, turns out maybe it wasn't. We don't know whether will or won't be Trump out here. But because of the Senate, which looks like will stay in the hands of Republicans, and the Congress in the hands of Democrats out there, we've got really a similar situation to where we're at right now. And so that means that fossil fuels, well, maybe they don't get as crushed as quickly as it was intended. But you never know. So in the case of Chevron, nothing else coming out from our daily charts out here. Prices above its oscillator and change line on the weekly. So it's with inside the profiles out there. So it really does look like, in the case of Chevron, Mike, that price wants to continue to run higher out there. So thanks for writing in. Hope that helps you out. Let's go see what other questions that we have that have come in. I don't think there's anything else in the den, but if there is, if you'd be kind enough, if there was something you wrote in there, would you retype it in there? I'll make sure that I see it and that we get to it post haste. But before we do the post haste, we're going to do LB out here. And LB says, can we take a look at CRON? CRON is the ticker symbol out there. And so we will do just that. Let me get that going here on our 3 time frame profile set of charts out there. And we'll see this is Kronos Group, which is just consolidating right now in between its daily profiles, 544 to 610. Well, it's also consolidating with inside its weekly profile, and that's from 503 to 572. So really, it's trading with inside its monthly profile as well, LB. So it's really just consolidating. So your email says, can we take a look at it? Give your current analysis. Bought in this morning. Just wonder where we see it going. Okay, so you're inside a bullish structured profile. What you don't want to see it do really is close below 544. At least close below it for 2 sessions in a row. Yesterday and the day before was a nice wide-ranging bar, and price ran right into resistance right at the top at 610. So you know that's a strong resistance level, but we also know that 544 is a strong support area. So it's just consolidating. As far as where is this going to go, not until price closes above 610, which would then also take it above the top of that weekly profile. Would that then signal, okay, we're headed up to at least 662, maybe 859, things along those lines. So let me pull over our other set of tools out here. Take a look at the daily time frame. Just see if there's anything here that we need to be aware of. There's nothing new here to assist us. On the weekly time frame, it did form a nice TD9 count bottom. This suggests over time, LB, that price should target the 714 area. On the monthly time frame, I don't have anything here. So just consolidating on the daily, you know where support and resistance is at. And best of luck to you with that trade. That was Kronos Group Inc. CRON is the ticker symbol out there. Zephin. That's too funny. Do not stop saying out here. I love it. Okay, all right. So Zephin was, I'll appreciate the comment, but I won't read it. That was really intended, I think, for me, Zephin, but thank you much. Hector, okay, has written in. And but thank you, Zephin, for taking the time to do that. Hector and the fuel injectors, that would include Patty, want to take a look at the spot VIX. He says VIX is greater than 10% today. Well, let's go take a look at that. Let's try to figure out, because Hector and Patty, they are technicians, primo technicians. And so let's go see what it is that they're looking at and the reasons why they want to alert us to that. So Stevie's got to find that tool. It's along these bottom tabs out here. So let me get out of my futures area because it's not there. And I'm sure I put it somewhere that'll be easy to find. It's just, here we go, VIX primary. Okay, that's what Stevie. So what Hector and Patty are talking about, they're talking about right now, you'll see the spot volatility index is down by 18%, minus 18%. Now, what neither of us or all of us or each of us don't know, and Zephin, I'm saying out there, by the way, what we don't know is what the close will be. Will there be a one-day rate of change less than minus 10%? See, when there is, those are identified by the green arrows on my screen out here. And I can give this a green arrow. And what that means is typically when you see the spot volatility index have a one-day rate of change that is less than negative 10% out there, minus 10% out there, that is a initiation move signal, an initiation to higher price. So Hector and Patty, thank you for pointing that out to the audience, because you're exactly correct, and it is something that they want to pay attention to. It's especially important to get that one-day rate of change combined with the spot volatility index closing below that 50-day exponential moving average. Right now, that moving average has dropped to 29.34, and the spot volatility index, I've got that at 29.14, so that qualifies. So yes, you have an initiation move. You put that together with everything else that we're looking at, it says we want higher price. Now, what I want you to also understand, folks, is if we take a look at many different indices out here, many of them have done the same thing. What is that? Take a look at the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange formed a Gartley buy pattern. It did it with the rising window 3 trading sessions ago. So it was already giving us a bullish signal out there. That was the New York Stock Exchange, the wide swath of the market. If we take a look at the Wilshire 5000, the Wilshire 5000 doing the same thing, only it didn't generate or confirm its buy the D point or its Gartley buy pattern until yesterday with a gap to the upside. Today you've got a second gap to the upside. So that is a bullish. If we take a look at the NASDAQ Composite, the NASDAQ Composite doing the same thing. So really what we're seeing unfold here is a result of the patterns that were being picked up before the election. I kept looking at it saying, but this could really go either way, right? But here, if you take a look at the NASDAQ Composite, it's not today's action. It was actually yesterday's action that generated the Gartley buy pattern for it. And again, price being above Stevie's green line is a positive out there and suggests higher price. The New York Stock Exchange, the international group. So this is taking the New York Stock Exchange, taking out the top 100. This is the U.S. issues out here. This formed a butterfly buy pattern 3 days ago with its gap to the upside out there. Price likely headed all the way back up into the 11.3. 50-ish type area out there. But what I'm showing you, what I'm sharing with you are patterns that are all bottoming patterns out here amongst these indices. If we take a look at the semiconductor index, this generated a Gartley buy. It did it 4 or 5 days ago with the bullish engulfing candle. Here, in the case of the semis, it's headed up to 24.3289. That is its breakdown level. A close above that says, I'm going to go make higher highs, new all-time highs, continue moving to the upside out here. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, so each of the indices, in essence, doing the same thing, generating bottoming signals, but doing it before today's action. In the case of the Russell 2000, it did it 3 days ago when it created that bull sash candle out here. And price trading above its green OUL. So it says price wants to move higher. Of course, each of you out there for the ES Mini, the Dow, the Russell, and the NQ, you'll pay attention to the tops of those TAS market profiles to assist you as well. But hey, at 1:38 in the afternoon, everything is in line for this rally to keep on motoring higher. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Folks, you've got the Dow up 649, S&P up 96, NASDAQ up 497. And this is our Lone Ranger segment, Hi-Ho Silver. We're going to go speak with Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm in that wild and crazy state, so you know how it goes over here. Doing well, though. Thank you. How about you?
Doing very good. Thank you. Just trying to catch up on a little sleep. But I know you want to talk about gold and silver. So where would you like to start, and what can I provide to you?
Well, just some ranges and what you see in the outlook. And I know it's going to be a little topsy-turvy, but, you know, I'm trying to figure how this all – I'm a macro guy, so I try to figure out how this is all playing in, too. But, you know, I know you're the numbers guy, so need some numbers to fill in and see what's happening here.
So, sure, absolutely. So in the case of silver, let's start there. We're trading the December contract, folks, so that's going to be your panel on the very left-hand side. And really, price is being contained by descending trend lines and rising trend lines. Those are the yellow. You can see that price is trading below the daily profile, so there's no new levels of support from a profile standpoint that have formed, and the support levels are really the rising trend line area. So just trading sideways. There's nothing that transpired in the last 24 hours that has changed what was already in place out there. As far as an intraday time period, just to get a feel for what might be going on, as I look for signals here, I don't see anything. I see that price is trading below the bottom of its bullish structured 30-minute time frame chart, and it's below Stevie's red line. So this is suggesting that silver pulls back a bit. But again, on the daily time frame, you know, it probably has to close below 2260 or 50 or somewhere around there to suggest that, okay, things are getting ready to really romp and roll to the downside. What we know about silver, bigger picture, we know it's got a sell the D point out here. We know price is below Stevie's green line on the weekly basis. That's at 25.51. Not until price closes above that level will that negate price moving all the way back to 1808. That is the breakout area on the weekly time frame. If I take a look at the daily chart out here, price is really just it's got the Gartley sell, but price has just been oscillating back and forth, trading sideways around the oscillator and change line. So I don't have any other clear signal for you with regard to silver. Is there anything else that I can provide in silver before we go take a look at gold?
Nope, you did a great job. So move to gold, please.
All right. So in the case of gold, really we have the same things with one exception. So here in the case of gold, we're trading December. That's your left-hand panel screen out here. And it too has rising and descending trend lines. But Price also is consolidating with inside its daily profile. And so support, which has been tested and held, 1860-280. We know that's a solid area. Likewise, resistance has also been tested and held, and it's 1922. So gold is just simply trading in a sideways consolidation. If I look to its 30-minute time frame chart for a signal, what we will see, just let me see if it looks like 8 or 9 might have been the low of the session. Bar number 8 out there. And so it does have on a 30-minute basis a TD9 count bottom. And its oscillator and change line changed from green to red. We should see price and that oscillator and change line catch up to each other. Right now that's printed at $18.99. It's just about $3 to the upside. If price can close over Stevie's red line, a move to 1903 would be the next resistance area, then 1905, and then finally it'd be about 1910.80. So gold for a 30-minute time frame chart is suggesting that there's a short-term bottom that is in, and you should see some type of bounce, but nothing that indicating anything should get carried away to the upside. On a weekly basis for gold, the bigger picture out here forms a TD9 count, bar number 8, very similar to the opposite of what we just looked at to the downside out here. And here, price trading below its green line, its oscillator and change line at 1961, suggests a move over time back to 1730. That would be a nice buy. An even nicer buy would be 1490 out there. Whether price gets to those areas or not, we'll just have to take things one step at a time. And much like silver, gold really just trading back and forth at its oscillator and change line, not giving us a whole lot. If gold did close below 1831, the next level would trade to would be 1790, and then below that would be 1619 or so. So, Gary, that's what I see when I take a look at gold and silver out there. Anything else that you could use?
On the silver contract, what months were you using?
That is December. So let me get back to
December
it.
Also. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
you did that for gold.
And in December, days till expiration, there's 39 days till expiration. About 60,000 is what I have for the contract volume out here. So yeah, it'd be the December contract.
Is the volumes on either one of those abnormally high or low than what they've been in the 10-day average or the recent averages?
I don't know, and I don't have the volume tool turned on here right now, and I probably have to do some analysis just to make sure. So I don't know. And even if there was high volume today, there's really not much that has changed in the way of price action. And understanding support and resistance. So it's just this sideways consolidation, as Tom likes to say, building cause. The problem is on silver, building cause for what? We'd have to say lower price because of all the topping signals, price trading below the daily profiles out there. I mean, we could read it another way, but I'm going to read it the way that I see it when you trade below key support levels out there. Okay?
Got it. Hugely helpful. Thank you. Be well, and appreciate you every day that you're on, and you can say whatever you want. It's Stevie.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Look, when somebody points something out, I'm good with that. I want everybody to listen. I want to, well, to the extent that I can, I'd like to please everybody, but I know that that's an impossibility. In fact, it's a real impossibility. But that's okay. I will do my best to deliver extraordinary work. Okay, and that was Gary in Michigan, and much appreciated comments and the call. So I have no other requests out here at the moment. We've got about a minute before we go to the break. So as I search around, what's going to be, I'm just really trying to look for any kind of signals to assist us. So it takes me a moment just to look at some of my screens, see what I see out here, any topping signals, anything. So the topping signal that I see out here to be paying attention to is going to come from the 5-hour chart. And here's what I'm looking at, folks. So I have a series. I've got one screen. Well, I have more than one screen. One of my screens has a set of charts that look like this. This happens to be for the 5-hour time frame. So I have each of the 4 equity futures contracts, and I have it for the 30, the 60, the 120, the 240, the 5-hour, the daily, and the weekly. And this allows me to get my bearings as to what's going on. So at a quick visual out here, first we can see that each of the instruments are not doing the same thing. We've got the ES Mini, though, and I mentioned to you, this could be forming a TD9 topping pattern. This is the bar following bar number 9. This bar completes at 2 p.m., 10 minutes from now. So this is where you'll really get your signal information. If price begins trading above that high, right now the high of that bar is 34.80. If you see the ES Mini trading above 34.80, let's say close above 34.80 on a 30-minute basis, this tells you about a strong continued momentum move to the upside. Otherwise, the ES Mini, its high may have been capped for a short period of time out there, but that's the only topping signal that I see right now, and that's in the 5-hour chart for the ES Mini. TD9. Be right back, folks.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back up, folks. So we had a request to take a look at Constellation Brands. STZ is the ticker symbol. Right now, trading out at 182.42. Nice moves, a brand new daily profile that formed out here today. And that profile is below price, so that is a bullish message. So we go from the daily into the weekly out here, and we take a look at the weekly. It's trading with inside its bearish structured profile. It found resistance at where it should, 184.01. If price can clear that, there's resistance at 192.39. You've got an equally distributed monthly profile, meaning the center is pretty much in the center. So neither side has a advantage. Price trading in between 157 and 200. That is your consolidation area. As we take a look at Constellation Brands on Stevie's other charts, see if there's any other key resistance. Why did price stop where it did? I don't know, but let's go find out because our charts will tell us. Well, there we go. We have our answer. 186.38, which is basically where price got to, was the TD9 breakdown resistance level. Now, here's the cool thing. I think this was for SM in the Tiger's Den. That 186.38, here's what I will guarantee you. Not a single host here at TFNN, and these are the best hosts out there, would have picked 186.38 as the breakdown level for this equity. Yet look at how price got up there. Folks, please go learn this tool if you are a technician at all. And look, just sign up for Mastering Probability. Do it for 29 days if that's all that you want. It won't cost you anything, but it will cost you a ton by not knowing these tools and being able to use this. On a daily basis, you can do this by hand in the charts that you track out there. And it simply will assist us. So price here inside of Constellation Brands running right into resistance where it did. Support on this is about 175.75 out there. So SM in the Tiger's Den. I hope that helps you out with regard to Constellation Brands. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours out here. Your favorite Bowler Bear, he's up next. After that, Obi-Wan Kenobi to take us on home. And enjoy your wonderful Wednesday. And I'll see you on Thursday. Terrific Thursday. Take care, folks.